Alright, in this tutorial we're going to try and make our image sequence. We've been talking about this for a while, but we have not gotten to it yet. But we've tweaked the details, we've looked at shadows and materials and lights, and now we want to begin looking at the rendering of this scene so we can create our animation. So the place where we handle all of this is in the render settings. So you go to the top of the page and click your render settings, and you want to go all the way to the common tab, and you may be on software. Go ahead and for our final renders, go ahead and swap to mental ray, and we want to take a look at these details. This is going to tell us where our images will be saved, and wherever we've set our project, that's where those will be saved. Mine's online modeling class in the images folder. And if you remember, the place you set your project is going to be in File, Project. You can create a new project and accept the defaults, or you can and then once you've created a project, you can go ahead and set the project there. Alright, back to the render settings. File output, the first field there is the prefix, and then you'll have your file type, which I'm just going with the default MyIFF, and then the frame/animation extension. I want to go with name.number.extension, and that's going to give us a file name for each file that looks like that. Snow globe dot whatever frame number it is dot extension. And the frame padding is how many digits we're using for the file number. So if we had 5 here, you'd get several more leading zeros, but you want at least 3 if you're going at least 100 frames. Frame range is where we put our start frame and end frame. I'm going to do mine about 120. My animation isn't that long, and we're not skipping frames, so we're going to render out. If it were 2, it would be every other frame. 3 would be every third frame. We're just going to do all frames or number 1 here. At the bottom, you set your camera, your perspective camera. If your alpha channel is checked, uncheck that. The image size, I'm going to go to full 1024 and just accept those defaults. So that's it for setting up the render details. But we need to. Mine's going to be to 120. Your animation may be a bit longer. So now that we have the render settings done and complete, the last thing we need to do is frame our shot in our camera for those 120 frames. So